Hey guys! As you can see, I am all dolled up in my tuxedo, ready to go play my gig tonight with the Austin Symphony, and as I was getting ready, I was thinking it could be really cool to do a video on how to tie a bow tie. Now, if you are an orchestral musician or just a classical musician in general, you know that tuxedos are a huge part of that culture, especially if you're a man. Pretty much if you play with an orchestra, you are required to wear a tuxedo. Now for women, it's a little bit more vague, a little bit more lenient. A lot of times they just tell us to wear all black, like they don't really know what to do with us. But you do have that option sometimes to wear a tuxedo, so I jumped on that opportunity as soon as I could. And when I'm playing these orchestral gigs, 99% of the bow ties that I see my colleagues wearing are clip-ons. And I totally get it. It's easy, you don't have to think about it, it's foolproof. But tying a bow tie really is not that difficult, and I think it looks a whole lot better than the clip-on. So that's what I'm going to show you today. Okay, so the first thing you want to do when you're tying your bow tie is pop your collar. I take my jacket off, makes it a whole lot easier. And then put your bow tie just right behind your neck, or right around your neck, rather. And my bow tie, if you can see, is not the standard kind of bow tie. It doesn't have that classic, fishtail kind of shape. It's straight. And the reason I got this one is because it was the absolute smallest size that I could possibly get. Every bow tie I tried, whether it was made for a man or made for a woman, was just way too big. It like hit my chin and it looked really goofy. It looked kind of like a clown wearing a tuxedo. So I got the smallest one I could possibly find. But the technique is exactly the same. It's just a little bit different in terms of the visual. So the first thing you want to do is you take the left flap and put it over the right flap, okay? And then what I like to do is pull now the right side a little bit farther out so they're a little bit uneven like this, if you can see, okay? So then you take this right side, pull it under, and then make this knot. Now I'm going to refer to this knot right here as the original knot a little bit later, so keep that in mind. This right here, this knot we just made, is the original knot, okay? But for right now, you want to put the right side on your shoulder like this. The next thing you want to do is take the index finger of your right hand, put it behind this left flap right here, and pull it taut across your neck. So the knot in the original knot should be right behind that top flap, right smack dab in the middle, if you can see. The next thing you want to do is take your index finger and your thumb, put your index finger on the top fold of that flap, and your thumb on the bottom fold of that flap, if you can see. But don't put your thumb on the original knot. You see where it is in relation to the knot? This is the original knot. This is where my thumb is, on the bottom flap, or bottom fold, I'm sorry. So now you're going to take the flap that was on your shoulder on the right side and put it over like this. So it's kind of resembling a bow now. And then you're going to put this fold underneath your thumb, but over the original knot. And this is the tricky spot, okay? So if you can see, there's a space between the knot and the thumb where you can kind of put your finger. You see how my finger pokes out? So in between your thumb and the original knot, there should be like a little hole right here. That's where you're gonna put that flap. So you pull it through like this, and then pull these folds like that, and you're done. No, I'm just kidding. Now you have to adjust it. And the way that you adjust it is you pull the folds that, or the flaps that aren't folded, you pull on either side like this. Okay, so we'll adjust it later. Let me do that whole thing again. Okay, so you start with nothing, right? Fold the left side over the right side. So now this becomes the right side, obviously. Put the right side underneath, and here you have your original knot. Now put this flap over your right shoulder. Take the index finger of your right hand and put it behind the left flap. Now pull it taut like this. Take your index finger and put it on the top of that fold and your thumb on the bottom of that fold, but not on the original knot, or not behind the original knot, I should say. Fold this side over. Put this fold in between your thumb and the original knot in that little space that it creates. Take your fingers, pull both folds at the same time, and here you've got this very asymmetrical bow. And then to adjust it, you want to pull the side that's not folded over, so the side that's just, you know, the straight fabric. Pull that, adjust it that way, move the knot back and forth, and you can also tighten it that way and loosen it if you need to. And sometimes I get so obsessive about this part that I spend forever just adjusting this, okay? So then, I'm a little bit off center. Okay, there we go. So now you're done, so you may fold your collar down and adjust it a little bit if you need to after that. Doesn't have to be perfect. And now you're ready to go play in a symphony. So once you get your bow tie all tied and adjusted, you can put your jacket on and you are in full James Bond mode, ready to play in an orchestra. So I hope that this video helped. I hope you tie many, many bow ties in your lifetime from this point forward. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment in the comments section and I will get to it as soon as I possibly can. If you enjoyed this video, please click subscribe and share with your friends, and I will see you next time.